If he gets that back, this Oregon offense will be very dangerous.
Tristan Vizcaino to kick off. The ball bobbled by Nelson, comes up the sideline. Ball is loose and out of bounds, but he stepped out of bounds back near the 13-yard line. He told us about it. He wants to throw on first down, steps up and throws, incomplete. Intended for
much more confidence, and they'll play more zone today.
Royce Freeman is the running back, and Freeman third in the country with 8. Keep your eye on their favorite receiver. It's Braylon Addison, number 2 in the slot to the top of your screen. They look the other way instead. Now pressure coming. Deep for Stanford. And he's down to the 36-yard line.
With this guy at quarterback, you can already see it.
Freeman straight ahead. You ask
right now.
Adams to hand off to Taj Griffin. Griffin very agile on the outside as well. Feeney was complaining to the officials. Third down and long. They show blitz but only come with 4. Adams caught in the pocket. Now throws deep, has a man open, end zone. Touchdown. Darren Carrington, his first catch of the season. Carrington, coming off of a suspension, gives them deep speed, and Vernon Adams laid it out there for him.
Well, that Darren Carrington, the Oregon fans are so happy to see number 3 back, but they have to be just as happy to see number 7 back. Carrington was on a tear at the end of last season, was suspended before the national championship game, and this is his first game back. It was a failed drug test suspension, and now a 2-point conversion.
2-point conversion, and they won't get it. The ball is loose. And a scrum at the 4-yard line. They will line up that way, and if you don't defend it properly, if you don't have balance with your numbers, they'll go for 2. They did that time, but didn't make it.
What a terrific job in a collapsing pocket by Vernon Adams, and Ducks fans have to be so happy to see 7 back and a healthy finger for number 3. This is a beautiful venue.
Returned by Chico McClatcher, takes him out to about the 25-yard line.
A young offensive line.
Browning in the pistol. Wants to throw on first down and should have been intercepted. Right in the belly of Arion Springs, and he dropped it. Browning stared him down. That's the only place his eyes went. They go on the delay. And they'll only get, and now he faces 3rd and about 7. Pressure coming, hangs in the pocket and throws a strike. Beautiful.
Tighter windows, a little harder. He's working on his mechanics, as most young quarterbacks have to.
Empty backfield throws underneath. Looked like motion up front before the ball was snapped. Trey Adams, the left tackle, may have started early.
False start, number 72 of the offense. 5-yard penalty, still first down.
It's going to be lining up over his head the whole night, or at least on that side.
1st and 15, and it's a draw play to Myles Gaskin. Jeff Lindquist is the new quarterback. He's a big kid, about 240. They run the jet sweep instead with Dwayne Washington, and that gets the backfield again. 3-man rush, they drop 8 into coverage. The pass underneath, on target and complete for a first down.
Down and away. Like that up just a touch, but great catch.
Back to the ground game for a couple, and this is an Oregon
State goes to safety, so to say it's patchwork is an understatement.
Trying to set up a little swing, and they do to Myles Gaskin. And Gaskin to the 42. You mentioned Nelson. He's 170-pound. 3rd and 3. They'll throw underneath to Gaskin, and they won't get any of it thanks to a heck of a play by Jawan Williams. A little more than a yard. And now they drop back. It looks like the quarterback will punt it. and does, and gets a nice bounce. It's out of bounds between the six. So why aren't they the Washington Malamutes?
Because Huskies, I think, sounds a little easier.
This is going to be motion before the snap.
Ball start, number 7 of the offense. Half the distance to the goal, still first down.
For the national championship game and just back.
Freeman, the remaining setback. They fake it to him and throw out in the flat to Addison. And Braylon.
That was a nice pickup after the penalty.
Give it to Freeman. 3rd in the country in gross yards, 6th in the country in average per game, over 100.
And be successful. So it was a long process before they decided to take the transfer.
3rd and 6. Pressure coming, and they'll have to kick it away as Adams only. Ian Wheeler on the punt. Pettis waits back at his 43-yard line. There's a flag down, and they'll blow the play dead.
Boy, if Washington was in the neutral zone, that Washington.
Offside, number 28 of the defense. 5-yard penalty.
Big mistake.
First down.
And now you leave Oregon on the field with a non-competitive foul.
Freeman. First chance to get into the open. The ball came loose. Was he down or not? Kevin King knocked it away. No signal from the officials yet. Washington football is to call on the
replays now. It's a little surprised they weren't getting a timeout.
Washington showing blitz. Freeman runs right through the space that was vacated. They couldn't have called
defense, and you see a blitz. Sometimes you run right at it because if you chop through it, then the secondary's not there.
Freeman again. This
after last season, got here in August, took a while to get going.
Adams with the inside handoff to Benoit.
The blitz to get pressure on the pocket.
Benoit stays in the game on 3rd. Fake to him. Adams throws incomplete, intended for Devin Allen.
It was good. Gardenhire got the hand in there. He might have got a little piece of it there at the end. Good finish of the play by him.
So they pick up about 30 yards, have to punt the ball anyway, and they get a great coffin corner bounce. Looked like it went out of bounds inside the 5-yard line. A 51-yard coffin corner kick.
80s, early 90s into 2000. Completely flipped.
Washington trying to get a little running room. Straight up the middle goes Gaskin. Huge run for the Huskies, 35 yards. It has 192 pounds on that frame, and he is strong. Over the middle to the tight end, Joshua Perkins.
See, he was off a bit. The run game really saved them. He had a good throw at the end.
Comes out throwing. Renfro makes the catch as we go to the studio for Chris against Utah. Knock him off. 4-man rush. Pressure coming. Big number 92, Henry Mott.
Now it feels like a Big 8
number
game.
10 of the return team. The penalty will be enforced from the end of the kick. First down.
Most of us wanted to throw an 85-mile-an-hour fastball when we were in college. He's a remarkable athlete. Freeman's got it. There's another flag down back in the back.
Powerful
Holding,
guy.
Number 72 of the offense. 10-yard penalty. First down will be repeated.
Adams with the riding handoff to Freeman, and he is.
Some guys through.
Adams flushed, directing traffic. Now he'll keep and pays the price as he got to the 20. You know, when we're getting.
But Adams trying to pick up an extra yard, a little dangerous there at the end.
Adams with plenty of time. Rifles to a wide open Carrington. Only cover receivers for so long.
That's a big 3rd and 10 conversion.
Getting to the outside, Freeman. He's 230 pounds, and he's got the moves of somebody.
Washington last year, but he has bought time and looked great tonight.
Adams hands it off to Griffin, and Taj Griffin unable to get out.
Gifted guy on his feet.
Pressure on Adams, and they got him.
Against USC is a terrific rusher. Good call by the defensive staff of Washington.
Wheeler to punt. A driving spiral that sends Pettis inside the 15. He won't get much of anything on the return. Johnny Munt, backup tight end, was down.
Yes, I did that 2 weeks ago. They'll look at that and they'll say, wait a minute, that's a win with an asterisk next to it for sure.
Browning gets it out to Mickens.
Way more than they did 20, 30 years ago at that position.
Goes under center this time. Gaskin will get a... You mentioned 91 touchdowns. Running back on this play. This is his 6th season. He has had 3 ACL surgeries. Indoor.
That may have been open and you get a miscommunication. It's a tough one.
Durkee punting to Addison. May have been tipped. It's a great bounce for Washington.
Yeah, that looked like Dwayne Stitchen. We wish him the best. But Chip Kelly's name, of course, is the name that all of the SC fans have been at Twitter about because of some struggles this year with the Eagles. Of course, Chip Kelly had an amazing run as a head coach here. But USC is one of the top 3 or 4 jobs in the country.
Pressure and the throw underneath, complete to the tight end. Kenai Benoit is his running back on 3rd and short. And Benoit will get the call, and he's stopped short by about a half a yard by Elijah Qualls. The nose man, Petersen was saying, be careful here.
Absolutely.
And they do punt. Another beautiful spiral. And Pettis with a fair catch to 22.
People who do crew. They work out harder than any other sport I think I've ever seen.
Pretty close. Chico McClatcher carries at running back, including this one. Only gets about a yard. Nice job by Joe Walker, one of the inside linebackers that came up, got him around the ankle, and then got help.
Boy, you're right. Gaskin is getting...
Again, lowers his shoulder, great balance, got to the 45.
Man down.
Number 82 of the offense, 10-yard penalty. First down.
He had good position, clock management. Well, wait a minute, another minute.
That ball's tipped, almost entered.
Well, I'd say mission accomplished.
Levon Coleman on the delay. Not much. Browning with time. Got his tight end Perkins. And Perkins will be about 3 yards shy. Most
holding, number 72 of the offense. 10-yard penalty, and 3rd down will be repeated.
Probably worth making them punt. At least you know you're getting it back.
Draw play.
Well, you know what? Go back for a moment, though. If you're Mark Helfrich.
To a punting contest, it's Corey Durkee's turn. Braylon Addison is deep. He gives it that soccer-style look.
Boy, Washington is just grabbing jerseys. They're really sloppy with their hands right now. They're going to get a penalty in this really nice punt and total lineman in there.
Number 5 of the kicking team, 10-yard penalty, and 4th down will be repeated.
Personal protector.
I think
you're right. I think you're right. But you know, you got him in there. He's going to have to punt, but he is going to have to cover people too.
Durkee again. And that was a good job by Addison to come up to try to catch. Got Griffin trapped. Somehow he got out of it and picked up 3 yards, possibly would have lost 5.
After the top 44 of the NFL draft last year and still playing really well.
That ball tipped.
It's where the offensive line is completely...
Eligible receiver downfield. Number 5 of the offense, 5-yard penalty.
Well,
still 2nd down.
This one will have multiple opportunities, I'm sure, because it happens all the time. Adams on a roll. That's a tough throw. Ball comes loose, looked like a catch. Would have been enough for the crowd really into it now. 4-man rush, pressure coming. Adams gets away again, directing traffic, throws late over the middle. Was it held?
Not sure that ball was held on to.
And the replay booth has been very slow twice to do anything.
A little surprised they didn't take a look, but I hope for Oregon's sake, Carrington's okay. His left arm looked like it landed funny.
Adams hands it off to Freeman. That's when I thought the ball moved after he flipped. But if they had ruled he caught it, It would.
No pressure needed for Washington here.
Great job, guys. Way to get that shot. Take Griffin, and Taj Griffin will have enough for a first down. It will be 1st and goal.
Emerging Washington defense playing really well.
1st and goal. They'll give it to Griffin again. Still on his feet. Griffin powers his way into the end zone. And out in front of him, Evan Bowler, the new left guard, who just kept driving.
And it is not illegal for an offensive lineman to push from behind. They cannot pick up and move somebody. Boy, that was a good block there by Jake Pisarcik, too. But as long as they're not carrying and pushing, they're just pushing from behind. That's legal. What a nice touchdown for Oregon after seemingly getting stuck in mud after a great first drive.
Schneider is on for the point after. They will go conventional on this one. And Oregon has opened up some
gray cotton candy skies they'll see here until probably May.
McClatcher, the deep man, that ball goes through his hands. He's going to have to down it in the end zone, and does. Arizona State, Utah, currently on ESPN. After that's the second parallel universe. Washington needs to get something going on offense. They have been handcuffed by
with guys that are going to play for paychecks someday, so they're still here.
They rush 3. Browning, nice throw to his tight end Perkins. All right, Chris.
He's a little slow with his feet sometimes, and he's finding his accuracy.
Gaskin trying to get to the outside. And a great job out there by Tyree Robinson, the safety.
Really has a good feel for this secondary play.
4-man rush. And Browning, no slide, dives head first for the first try. Browning seems to like that Browning with time. Deep out to the end zone and dropped.
Against USC, he didn't miss this one at all.
That's
that's a running back, and it.
Second down, Browning under pressure. They'll blow this one dead, and probably very fortunate for Browning. Trey Adams, the left tackle, moved again.
And there, the right side of the offensive line for Washington just got beat right at the snap. If that wasn't blown dead.
Number 72 of the offense.
The Huskies trying to get better every week. 4-man rush. Browning again directing traffic. Throws over the middle. That's going to be about 3 yards shy of a first.
Defenders around the line of scrimmage for Oregon.
Getting a first down here would help. Browning trying to scramble, and they got him back at the 22. 30 yards to get Washington on the board. Van Winkle has now hit 6 of 8 on the year. For the kickers, that's why the punter is usually the holder. Ball goes into the end zone. Nelson will bring it out. Breaks the tackle, taken out of bounds to 20. There's a late hit and a flag.
Boy, that was a bad. That was
he
a bad
got hit
throw
8
down.
yards out of bounds.
After the play, of the kicking team, 15-yard penalty, first down Oregon.
Was throwing down. The other guy was trying to pull off, but another big penalty on special teams for Washington.
Adams trying to see if he can do anything through the air. Has a completion out to Braylon Addison. Pressure coming. And the sack back at the 38-yard line. What an...
The suspended Azim Victor.
They try to cross him up with Royce Freeman. Doesn't get much. Bieria made
out trying to save it for your offense, and that sack really hurt Oregon. Didn't get that timeout very quickly.
Adams under pressure again. Escapes again. And unloads for Addison. Braylon Addison couldn't stay in bounds. It would have been a touchdown. A gain of 45 yards, and Adams is playing Houdini tonight.
And if I'm Washington, I would think about a timeout here. This is King. Kevin King slips down. He got his foot caught as he put his arm out there. What an unbelievable job by Vernon Adams. But I think at this point, if I'm Washington, I got to regroup. All of a sudden, we get a sack. It feels like Oregon's going to run the clock out. Now they have 1st and 10 from the 11.
They're in chip shot field goal range if they need that. Adams will throw to the corner, well overthrown. Jones on the coverage against. Adams under pressure. Throws to the back of the end zone, incomplete. Intended for Devin 7 seconds. And this is Alan Snyder. He's made them all this year. He's only missed one in his career, 20 of 21. And this is a 28-yard shot that is true. And it's 16-3 Oregon with 2 seconds on the first half clock.
Or maybe 2 more plays to try to get it in the end zone. Pretty big deal.
McClatcher on the return. He's got to take it 100 yards or it doesn't matter. Gets out to after halftime this year in the 3rd quarter. Low line drive kick. They will not have a chance to run this back. And let's check in with Dr. Bunch. Jerry?
And talk with Chris Petersen.
Taking a guy out of coverage, and he may make the guy look foolish.
Wide open. To midfield and beyond goes Gaskin. It's a shorter throw, and a lot of guys like that. Browning on a little bootleg gets it to his tight end. Will pick up about 5. Perkins forced out of bounds. His 4th catch.
So that's good news for Washington.
Fake to Gaskin. Again, they throw underneath right in the stomach of J. Don Mickens. Maybe time to get a little more aggressive. You're right. 4-man rush. Still looking to throw. Has a man open, and it's caught. Linnaeus.
Excellent job by Browning stepping up. He had to change the ball in his hands, but look at the eyes downfield. We've seen Vernon Adams do it that way, but he pulled that, it looked like almost right off the head.
Gaskin, they faked that play to him 3 straight times, and now they run him. Taken down at the blitz coming. And they got him. Aggressive at the right time. They come with 4 now. More pressure and another sack from behind. It's Buckner.
And Nickel.
Van Winkle from 46. And he got it. Van Winkle 2 for 2. So at least the drive pays off for Washington with a field goal, and they've cut the lead to 16-6. Avoided being caught in the backfield. Ball is bobbled by Addison. Fights to get past the 20 to about the 22-yard line.
Well, and for what?
Freeman is the setback, and he'll get it. Done a good job against him tonight. Came in as in terms of
2 big defensive tackles and the big middle linebacker. Big help to have him back.
Adams under pressure again. Like a broken record, he escapes again. Has the first down, and Moore slides out of bounds. Boy, is he quick.
I mean, Washington's had him dead to rights how many times in the backfield and haven't been able to get him.
Here's the big guy breaking away. Freeman inside the 45 to about the 42. He came into
Scraped over the top that time. He made the wrong step to his left, and Freeman made him pay for it.
Freeman again, this time absolutely nothing there because Travis Feeney closed down from.
Tall guys can get out and cover some space in the pass game as well.
Those 2 add up to 600 pounds, however. Pressure coming here, a flanker screen. And that's going to be enough for another first down. As
called for tackling Travis Feeney there. That looked like a hold out there.
There have been, I think in this game you could have called holding on.
Yeah, it's not a penalty if they don't call it, right?
Exactly. That's what linemen always say.
Good ones anyway.
Fake to Benoit. There's the post, and they've got another first down to the 15-yard line.
What a throw.
Who's telling Freeman the new play. Sets in the pocket and throws through that one behind. Freeman, nice hesitation. Inside the 10 to the 5.
Holy cow, what a cut by Freeman.
Finally,
He outruns them all.
15 carries, 77 yards, trying to add to it. Looked like he got to the 4-yard line, but the spot is not going to be very good. Greg replaced Freeman, and now quarterback keeper trapped, coming back the other way. And where are they going to mark it?
And that's Taylor Alley who came in, the running quarterback. Excuse me, that was Braylon Addison who took the Wildcat. So they were going with a straight run play with Addison, and Addison did a wonderful job. There was nothing there. Well defended.
Right at the 3.
Wow, what an excellent job by Addison. He is just a gifted guy. Feet are inbounds. You know, they could have, that's about a yard past the first down.
They could have easily marked that inside.
And they can review this. Remember, the spot can be reviewed. If this is not a first down, my goodness. Well, you've got to look at it straight on it.
We're going to have to look, if it's not a first down, we're going to have to look at some other angles. They're stretching that thing just as far as they can.
You know, that's actually, when looking at the...
Freeman, the deep man, will get the carry. Makes one man miss, makes another man miss. Well, he could have lost 4 yards, and because of those quick feet on a 200... Adams on the keeper. Wants to throw, throws to the end zone, touchdown. Got it to Stanford. And that's all on Vernon Adams. There is a flag down in the end zone.
Late, I think this is going to be celebration on Stanford, but once again, Vernon Adams gets out of trouble and throws a dime. He puts this right on the money. Give Stanford credit. He did an excellent job of working back away from the sideline, but Stanford went for a little jump shot with the ball afterwards, and I think he might get an excessive celebration here, but boy, is Vernon Adams good when he's out of the pocket.
Downfield, number 57 of the
wow.
offense. 5-yard penalty. Second down will be repeated.
That's on Doug this time from the 9. Pressure coming on Adams, scrambles away from it. They just can't contain him. He does it again. Throws to the end zone, touchdown Carrington. 4 catches. And you simply can't contain this kid.
It feels like Christmas for Duck fans right now. And I know this is not the type of season that they wanted to have, but to have a quarterback back that can make plays like that, and also to have Darren Carrington back at wide receiver after his half-a-year suspension before the national championship game last year for failure of a drug test. To have that guy back and that guy at quarterback, Ducks got to feel pretty good about the rest of the way out.
We've read so much this week preparing for this game. Why couldn't they have another quarterback that was the quality of the start?
Pocket, he just never misses anyone.
Seems like it, doesn't it?
A little unfair for Washington's DBs to have to hold up for 6-7 seconds.
McClatcher on the return. It's out to the 20 and down to Jerry Punch.
Guys, we have not seen Husky starting tailback Dwayne Watt.
Good hands out of the backfield. You don't want to lose him.
And that pass underthrown, intended for Perkins, who was 0-22, but only 160 yards. He does not seem to be as comfortable throwing when he takes the ball under center. Much better in the shotgun, at least it appears from first blush. A power formation. They need a yard to get the first down. Levon Coleman comes in to try to get it.
Well, I don't know that he got it.
Interesting spot.
Yeah,
here.
and you know, if Dwayne Washington is healthy at 226,
he's the guy.
Yeah.
Run a man in motion. Give it to Durkee. Durkee with a beautiful kick. Kicks it away from coverage. But taken on the run and a return of about 10 yards. I'm sure you mean that in the kindest way. Griffin flags are down all over the place, and Taj Griffin sprints to the 30. I think this one's coming back.
Well, I mentioned earlier that Oregon got a little lucky that they didn't get a call on Travis Feeney holding him this time. The long outside.
Number 78 of the offense. 10-yard penalty. First down will be repeated.
As this game winds down.
Freeman. Big guy's off and running again. Freeman to midfield, finally forced out of bounds. Very close to a first down.
And that was Tupou who just got turned inside.
Freeman with another carry. He's over the 100-yard mark. Vita,
if it keeps going this way.
Well, he's on the verge of going over the 1,000-yard mark for the second time, and there could have been another hold right in the middle of that line. A couple of linemen really got. Griffin in the lineup. He'll get the carry. Makes a quick cut to make the first man miss. The first man still 175. You better be able to make people miss. Adams off his back foot. Perfect post. And a great play by Carrington. What a find to get him back. This is like bringing in a new recruit.
Braylon Addison slow to get up for Oregon. That's not a guy. And there's a flag down. Actually, right where Addison was, I think they're going to get him for a hold.
Interference. Number 2 of the offense. 15-yard penalty. Third down will be repeated.
Back to the 43-yard line. That's third and a mile. Trying to get outside is Griffin. Another flag is down.
That's Greg Gaines.
Pettis is deep. Pressure coming. They don't get there. And another high spiral. Wheeler's done a great job punting the ball tonight. 44 yards on that one. No return on the fair catch.
Much of this clock to go away. Down 23-6. Clock starting to melt away, getting towards the fourth.
Browning, that route has been open for him all night long, and another good.
Which is about what's going to come off right now between plays.
They fake the jet sweep one way and go back to Gaskin the other. Gaskin in a foot race. And Gaskin is going to go all the way. Was that fast enough for you? First time we have seen that look tonight as they fake the action one way, come back the other. 71 yards.
Now, Gaskin's a guy who has that ability we've been talking about for Oregon where you can make people miss. And that time, Khalil Oliver is the defender for Oregon who got over his skis a little bit. Number 9 made a little juke and nobody home because Oliver was the safety. Down around the line of scrimmage, can't make the tackle, and Gaskins, who's filled in, played great.
Oregon returned from the kickoff, and here goes Addison. Braylon Addison finally forced out of bounds. Holy cow, what a big play from the junior. 90 yards.
And Tristan Vizcaino, the kicker, made a terrific recovery after getting blocked to go down and force out Addison for the touchdown. This is terrifically blocked by Oregon. Wow, do they have it sealed. But watch Vizcaino right there, stays alive and has excellent speed, can really run for a kicker.
How about that?
Boy, I mean, that's as good as effort as you're going to see.
So it's up to the Washington defense to try to hang tough again. Adams on the run and a perfect pass. Adams takes the snap and gives to Griffin. Griffin can't get outside as Washington swarms, and a big loss back to the 16. And Jerry Punt, loss of 11. Adams, flag is down. Adams throws for the end zone, but too high. Automatic will try from 32. He has hit from 28 today. This one in his career. 2.
touchdown for Braylon Addison, and Vizcaino made the tackle. May have gotten hurt.
There's another in-cut completion, this time to Lenia. Browning with a fake. There's that post again. And Mickens never got his head around.
Mickens did not know.
Shift the power of the formation to the right. Fake the run and then throw deep. And it's out of bounds. There was some contact there, but that kind of hand fighting, I don't think they're going to throw a flag.
It wasn't egregious, so maybe you keep it in there, but I don't think that was the read Browning was looking for.
Perhaps the thought was that it was uncatchable. Addison trying to add to his kick return magic. Ball's loose. No signal yet.
And a flag comes in late from an official coming into the pile.
There were players trying to pull each other off, and they're not going to let them do that anymore. And Oregon got it back. Big break for the Ducks.
After the play, unsportsmanlike conduct, number 11. Unsportsmanlike conduct, number 5 of the receiving kicking team. These penalties offset both players' first unsportsmanlike conduct foul.
On the clock with 13:09 to go and a 10-point lead. Fake it inside, go out to Addison. He'll pick up 3 or 4.
We knew he could throw the long ball. We knew he was accurate. He is so good in the pocket and so good when he breaks out of it.
He keeps and then tosses on an option play to Stanford. How about Freeman? And he's got enough for the first down to move the sticks.
Freeman is one of those guys who just...
Adams still concerned about his legs. Here he wants a screen. Almost intercepted. The pass was too high off the... Second down and 10. Nice tough run by Freeman. I want to ask Jerry Punch a question. Doc, it's my experience once somebody currently sits to my right, Ed Cunningham, who was the Huskies starting center at that point. Washington could not play Miami in a bowl game. Enormous.
Yeah.
Would you lose about 100 pounds?
Yeah, I'm now more like an accountant than a... Been what it was under Don James, that's for sure.
Oregon has moved to the Washington 34. That pass overthrown by Vernon Adams.
You go back to the that third down run by Royce for a terrific player off the edge for the Huskies.
Adams throws the post down to the 6-yard line, and again,
like, what a terrific move.
Targeting. Number 35 of the defense. This play is under further video review.
What a difference it makes for this Oregon offense to have Adams at quarterback.
Handed off to Addison.
Off to Mark Helfrich. The consistency that they have built in this program is really impressive.
Freeman was stuffed. Freeman is the setback. Addison goes in motion, then comes back. Blitz. Adams gets away from it, throws for the end zone, incomplete.
Nice call by Pete Kwiatkowski, the defensive coordinator. He brought...
Missed from 32. This is a chip shot from 24. And he's true on this one. So 11 out of 12 on the year for Schneider, and leaves it to a 2-score game. McClatcher from the goal line.
Boy, this guy's got some quicks.
Almost broke that last tackle.
Well, we were talking about the element of what they call the Oregon way, which is the process that they go through when they're recruiting players, what they expect, and now we're going to get a personal foul.
Because of the crowd reaction, I think, is why the flag came. It's amazing how often that happens. You know, you're right about Rich Brooks. He went on to the Cardinals, or the St. Louis Rams, and really never got the
15-yard
credit.
penalty, automatic first down.
You forget that the foundation of this program and how they have become a top 10 program is because of Rich Brooks and what he did.
Well, I thought the first call on this series was odd because it's a run. They got the fifth. Well, I don't.
Yeah. And they have, Washington has the ability to get it out on the
Gaskin into a workhorse. This time they fake it to him. Pressure. And an incomplete pass. Doc, what do you have? Browning. Throws back against the grain and has it complete to Levon Coleman. Coleman inside. Fake to McClatcher. Come back the other way with Gaskin. That's the same play where they broke the clock is just burning away. And every play is taking forever to snap it. Browning will keep. Dives to the 15-yard line. Heck of a run by Jake Browning. 11 seconds. And they give it to Gaskin. He'll get about 3.
Boy, if I'm Oregon, I'm loving this play calling right now.
Well, they're playing it like they're down 1 touchdown.
Yeah.
That ball was tipped at the line of scrimmage. It looked like Buckner got a fingertip on it. The ball actually went up and was still spiraling. 3rd and 8. Flag is down. That's going to be a hold. They won't care. The ball's loose. And now they'll whistle it.
This looked like a fumble. That's a
That's in the
all
face.
the way.
Number 44 of the defense.
That's
Well, it wouldn't
just a
have mattered.
horrible call.
Well, it wouldn't have mattered
Automatic
because
first down.
they called a personal foul against DeForest Buckner, so in the immediate action, so I'm not sure they could have given it to him anyway.
1st and goal, and it's a running play. Holy cow. Even though Gaskin.
This drive, you could make the argument that you would have 2, maybe 3 more possessions just in the normal flow of the game, and now you're almost guaranteeing that you may
Play the Panthers tomorrow. 3rd down and goal. Touchdown. Mickens. Nice throw from Browning. They may look back at this and call it the drive that took forever, but they're within a touchdown.
Here's the problem, though, with 1 timeout. Mickens with a wonderful freeze and cross route. It's actually pretty nice coverage by Jawan Williams.
Yes,
Made a nice reaction, but that was a great route by Mickens. Just froze him. Good protection. And now, I think you have to seriously consider an onside kick if you're Washington. 3:35, 1 timeout. A first down in this game could be over.
Boots it deep. No one back, and the ball goes out of the end zone. So 3:35 to go, and remember, Freeman. Wow. Breaks it within a half. And Freeman has the first down, and that's actually good. Freeman again. Gang tackled at the 37-38. There's the timeout call. So 2:10 left.
I think this is going to be a throw.
Freeman straight up the middle. Swallowed up. Now the quicker the ball is...
Be just to try to eat some clock.
If you run wide, it takes longer than just running into the line. A couple seconds might matter. And he's looking to throw. Now he takes off. Throws underneath it, incomplete. And what a favor. Holy cow. I'm not sure about the clock management for anybody right now.
I'm so surprised that Vernon Adams threw that ball. I
That's
thought he was
40
gonna,
seconds.
Yeah, well, 38 or so. Well, you have the timeout, so you may get the full 40. But that's really one of the first inaccurate throws we've seen from Vernon Adams. And I'm not sure it's not those calves. He's been hobbling around, not comfortable. And he had to jump and throw one time we saw him run, and that had to be the Cavs there, I think.
Pressure coming. They almost got there, but not quite. A late fair catch signal at the 19-yard line.
And now
42-yard kick, but there's one.
Knowing with a new quarterback.
Three-man rush. Carter Samuels under pressure. Takes off.
Get out of bounds.
It's taking an awful lot of time. That's a late hit. Them an additional 15 yards. If you're Oregon, you can't make that mistake. Carter Samuels again.
Now you got to go fast because the clock's going to start after the first down.
Looking to the sideline.
Oregon just letting. I mean, look at all of these bodies. They're just way, but there's just no way they're going to keep everything in front of them, make them earn every inch.
Throws underneath, got it to Coleman.
I think you got to think about throwing that ball away. You can't throw the ball underneath. If it's not 15 yards,
doesn't do you any good.
If you're not by the sticks, you can't make that throw.
You really have to take a chance at this point, whether somebody's open or not, and he does. Line drive throw, and it's picked off. Intercepted by Amadi. Well, you feel for him because he's got to throw the ball downfield. You throw it underneath, you may not get to throw it again.
Yeah, and Braden Lenius, the receiver to that side, he didn't see the quarterback give him a look to stop and come back, and the guy who did see that was Ugo Amadi. Makes a wonderful read on this ball to end the game, but Lenius just didn't work his way back, and Amadi does a nice job taking a knee. And what a bummer for the University of Washington. This is now the 12th time that they've lost in a row to Oregon, but made it competitive. Oregon still blows my mind that they threw the ball on third down incomplete to save that much clock.
And Amadi, that was a great play taking a knee, because the only way they could lose is if he runs the ball and fumbles. So he gives up the individual glory of maybe taking one back to the house for a pick six to do the right thing, the smart thing, and take a knee.
Oregon is going to get better and better and better with Vernon Adams at quarterback. They will have something to say in the Pac-12 North. We saw Stanford earlier in the year against Northwestern. If Oregon get a little better in their secondary, I think they can challenge them. I'm not sure they can't. I don't know that they can win the division, but boy, Oregon's going to look awfully good down the stretch with Adams at quarterback.
How about Washington going forward?
Tough stretch of schedule, very difficult. Let's hope for them. Guys are healthy. They need to get better in the pass game. They get a little better up front, but you can see the tide is turning for Chris Peters.
For Ed Cunningham, Dr. Jerry Punch, and our entire crew, this is Mike Patrick. Thanks for watching, everybody. Hope you enjoyed the ball game. Good night.